How's everybody doing? Lee, how you doing?
Fantastic.
I think I seen something tonight, Lee.
What'd you see?
Um, the offense moved way better tonight.
Noticing?
Yeah, I'm noticing that the offense moved way better. And if we're going to invest, I'm going to fully admit, right? I was very lukewarm on the Jimmy Butler thing. Went extremely lukewarm, right? And I have to say that I was wrong with the Jimmy Butler thing. Sometimes when there's a problem in front of you, you don't necessarily attack the problem from the right angle, you know? Like when just seen something for way too long, it's almost like you get blinded, right? That's why new ideas and new perspectives are always good because it shows you a different way, right? So you should always open up your mind to new ideas, new perspectives, all of that, right? Because last season, um, I was watching and I watched the offense run in a certain way, and it wasn't serving, it was serving everyone else, but it wasn't serving one particular individual. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I could not get over it, bro. Like last season, we started 12-3. Cool. And I was just watching this shit and I was like, how the hell do we look like that? And then all of a sudden, we just fall off of a cliff. How? Like why did we have to fall off of a cliff like that?
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at it and it frustrated me and it drove me crazy because it's like, you know, one year somebody gets punched, ruins our season. The next year, somebody gets choked out, somebody gets slapped over the head, it ruined our season. Again, you know what I'm saying? 23, 22, 23, we didn't have such a great start. The next year we have a pretty decent start. And, you know, man's just getting suspended and all of that, right? And the following year, we start off 12-3. Like we lose stuff, like we lose actual stuff. Nope, nobody believed in the team, and they were like running like a different style of play. We're playing well. The podcast happened. Oh, I'm in the corner. I don't know what to do over here. And then all of a sudden, then we get Jimmy Butler now, right? Jimmy Butler looked amazing tonight. Did you see Jimmy Butler tonight?
I did.
Jimmy Butler took 11 shots tonight and he made eight, right?
It
18
was Miami
points,
Jimmy Butler, bro.
29 minutes, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. And I've been saying it, we should put the ball in Jimmy Butler's hands.
Zero turnovers, Ert.
No turnovers. As a
Because he
team
never
tonight,
even in Miami, he never turns the ball over.
we had 3 turnovers in garbage time tonight. We had 10 turnovers. We had 7 turnovers. And the ball was flowing, the ball was moving. We need to go another route. You know, we definitely need to go another route now. We need to go another route. I'm telling y'all, it's time, man. It's time. Can come off the bench and all of that, but I think it's time. That offense tonight, if you have to make the sacrifice and and he's at the top of the key and people are running around and they're doing this and they're doing that, right? Like there's another way that we can play offense and not be strangled by the traffic cop stuff, bro. I am sick and tired of that nonsense. The team is not that team anymore, And even when we had KD and we had Clay and we had Steph, it was still like, well, why do you have the ball? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because we were essentially keeping him on the court, right? So sure, I get it. There was a time that was necessary and all of that, but I think the erosion. has been so bad that we kind of need to find something else, right? And I think we owe it to Jimmy Butler, we owe it to Steph Curry to give this thing one last try. But sacrifices need to happen, and somebody needs to take a step back and let the shit run through Jimmy and Steph. They got to find another role for him. Somebody needs to talk.
Yep.
But we're
Bro,
gonna have the
I
conversation.
literally I don't understand why Steve isn't seeing this and thinking, "Oh, it's just like a one-off coincidence, right?" Like we had you literally pointed out at the very start of the spaces, like
Mhm.
years upon years of data of confirming our suspicions like this. So I would let Steve, do his thing, but try and see, because you know how when they come into the second unit, right? He is always with Jimmy coming into the second unit. I don't understand why you can't just go put him with Steph when they come in,
Yeah,
but let Jimmy and the other four bench guys do as you saw tonight.
bro, I'm
I
telling
don't
you,
understand why he couldn't do that.
so again, like in my mind, right? Because I'll be fully honest with y'all, right? The reason why I shoot down all of these trades is because of Draymond. It's fully because of Draymond. You know, like how people say, "Oh, these space gang people don't want to," right? Because I'm thinking about, all right, like how can we fit around him? How can we do this? How can we do that? How can we make it work? And it always comes down to these really specific players that are few and far between. You know what I'm saying? And I think we need a change now. Like sometimes you have looked at a problem for so long, right? That you start to do analysis by paralysis, paralysis by analysis. And you're looking at the thing one way and you can only see the shit the one way. And maybe you should just flip the picture upside down. Maybe you might find another result. And that is what I'm suggesting. Maybe we should be looking at the thing. Maybe we should be looking at the problem from another angle. And maybe we can solve the problem from that other angle. That is what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
It doesn't
because
hurt.
Jimmy,
Like, yes, it's against the Jazz. I understand, but let's see. Like next game is against the Rockets, right? But that KD is not going to be present for that game. So
uh-huh.
let's see it. So let's see it happen. Let's try this again. Let's see how they fare against a much bigger team, and see if this works again. If it does work again, then it just confirms our suspicions even more.
This is a time for Quentin Post to really be tested.
Quentin Post looked amazing tonight. He was a plus 27. I mean, it's not going to really show in the box score tonight, but having that bigger body down there, I think it's time that we go to a center now. Like a traditional, like a big body down there. He has a skill set to do it. So I was watching him tonight, and did you see the passes that he was making from the short roll?
Mm-hmm.
So he can shoot the three, and I seen him hit a no dip three tonight. It was his only one. He hit like that no dip three in the corner, and then I watched him get the ball in the short roll. And like there's a lot of centers in this league that they cannot make that instantaneous read that he makes. He does the dribble handoff stuff. I mean, shit, you can put him up there as a traffic cop as well. You know what I'm saying? You can literally put him up there as a traffic cop, and he can run the dribble handoff traffic cop shit.
And he
But
could hit the three.
he can hit the fucking three, bro. That's important, right? So I am wondering, you know, should we go Post, Jimmy Butler, Moody, Pods, something like that?
Now,
Something like
obviously, I
that.
would
I say
love.
Richard.
I
I
would.
say Richard for GP2 spot, but
Either
he ain't
one,
got to be
bro.
the power forward.
Either one. Either
You
one. Or
notice how
Steph.
GP was essentially playing power forward tonight, right? He was essentially playing power forward out there as a 6'2" dude. He was
So
kind of
so
doing the exact same shit as Draymond, and he had 7 or 8 assists tonight, which is
so
freaking hilarious.
to be dead ass honest with you, Moody didn't really shoot the ball well tonight. He shot 6 of 15, but you know what I love, bro? He kept shooting. He took 12 threes tonight. Bro, I like the fact that he's just shooting, bro. Like this is what we need from him. We don't need like no fancy shit, bro. We just need a guy to just shoot. You know what I'm saying? Some nights that they're gonna go in, some nights that they're not. But you need to put pressure on the defense by having a guy that's just gonna shoot, bro. You know?
And you see,
When
he was way more active on defense.
yeah. Defensively tonight, I thought the team in the first quarter they looked shaky. In the second quarter, they kind of choked out Utah. They allowed 20 points. I mean, at one point I saw it and it was like 18-0, you know? They were playing stifling defense. They were just flying all over the court.
Ooh,
That was
man.
a 21-0 run, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Insane, bro. Like insane. And then, in the third quarter it was 39-29. So that was a plus 10. And then
You know what quarter was
that's when he kept
amazing
up.
was that second quarter. They
Yeah.
kept them at 35 points until like maybe 5 minutes in a quarter or something. They only
Yeah.
scored 20 points that quarter. That was
So don't
amazing.
get me wrong, right? The offense flowed better tonight. I get that it's one game. Utah played last night. We watched the Lakers struggle against that team last night, so I am well aware of that. However, the offense, if if you don't have somebody up there, right? You have to run off this screen, you have to run off that screen. Steph is out there running like he's from fucking Nairobi. Like you don't have all of that, bro, and you can just have them just make basic ass plays instead of like the high wire act where they're worried about misdirection and all of that. You can still do that, but maybe you can do that through someone who can attack, you know through the pass or through the shot, you know what I'm saying? And I think we're underutilizing Jimmy Butler. I'm going to be dead ass honest with you, bro. I think he's being underutilized. And I think we need to actually maximize him. You know, I think for us, because right now we are what, 115, like the average NBA offense right now is 115. Right now we are like at a 113. So we're 2 points worse than league average. Okay. And I think the path that we need to go is we need to be more efficient on offense, less turnovers, and just let the shit lie. I think that's where we were last season, but the ball was running through Jimmy Butler more. The ball cannot run through Draymond Green anymore. I'm sorry. Thank you. I appreciate it. But we need to figure out another course of action. This is
Well, here,
just not that team anymore.
I mean, here's another problem though. I know it's against the Jazz tonight. Like I know it's the Jazz, but let's see this happen. We have to try this again against some of the top tier teams. But if it doesn't work, and I think it will to a certain extent, but if they can't get over the hump still with this little adjustment, then we still have to make a Draymond concession. I'm sorry to say that because
Rose, we are playing.
he still needs
We
to
are
be that defender. If he isn't, then obviously like go fuck. Like
do it
fuck
off
you.
the bench, bro. We can do it off the bench,
He
right?
can do it. I literally proposed that
We
literally
cannot
last
depend on
season in the
Draymond
playoffs,
just
and
to play
nobody listened to
defense
me.
when
So
Randall cooked him last
Now we
year.
can do it off the bench. I mean,
people
that
thought
ain't
I
no
was going
problem.
crazy when I suggested that last year in the playoffs. By the way, when I suggested they come off the bench, people thought I was insane.
That ain't no problem, bro. Like, I think we need to kind of shake it up, man. I mean, I know it sucks. I know people are resistant to change. I know it's something different than we've seen over the last decade plus, right? But we need to figure something out because this is not working. You know what I'm saying? This is not working. Like we cannot be 2 points below league average. We have to do something else, bro. We have to do something else. And I'm not saying that this guy's the answer, that guy's the answer, but we got two guys. One makes 60 million, one makes close to 60 million, right? And at times we're not running the shit through them. I think we need to do the shit differently. Jimmy, be the trigger man. Steph Curry, play off that, and you can go vice versa, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Because Jimmy Butler was controlling that shit. Jimmy Butler runs a 120 offense everywhere that he's gone. We have to utilize that. Because when he got here last year and we weren't turning the ball over, our offense was damn near number one just by not turning the ball over. Now, the other thing that we need to figure out is how are we not going to get murdered on the glass? Okay. So, Steve Kerr, do your job. You know what you're watching. And, let's socialize. Let's socialize that fella to this new reality. That's what we need to do. Do your job. You're a championship coach. Let him down easy. Hey, invite him to a dinner. You invited Klay Thompson to a breakfast. Invite Draymond to a dinner, and
You might
tell
have to
him
get
that,
Steph to talk to him immensely, like have a long conversation with him.
hey, yeah, no, I'm not saying trade him. I'm saying have a talk with him, man. I mean, it's okay. And then be a good teammate so we can try to win this next ring, bro. This shit's doable. I'm telling you, anything can happen in this league. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the Lakers win games that they're not supposed to win. They're not that good. They're like the number 2 seed right now. You know what I'm saying? We have to figure this out, bro. I'm telling you, like, I know people are resistant to change, but maybe you should look at the problem in another way because we need to get there. I am there. Because last season, when we had that start and we were playing a different type of way and we weren't running it through, you know, the shit looked different. I must admit, it looked different. And we started off great. And then all of a sudden, we went back to that old shit. And then it wasn't great. Then we got Jimmy Butler in here and we just started to do the shit differently because, we paid Jimmy Butler, right? So let's do the shit differently again and go that route.
Like
Let's go that route.
at minimum, just fucking try it, bro. You already tried it tonight, and look at what the result is. Regardless of who the opponent is, you at least tried it tonight, and it was working. So let's try that shit again.
Mm. Here's another thing too. Will Richard 22 minutes, Buddy Hield 23, TJD 20, Pat Spencer 13. Why did Pods only play 18 minutes tonight?
We got into. You remember that really bad defensive play that got him essentially benched that whole quarter. Steve was literally screaming at the top of his lungs to him, dude. He was getting
So that
absolutely obliterated after that. Like
so that was so that was so that was Pods that made that mistake, or was it Buddy?
Oh, it was Potts. It was Potts. He was literally in no man's land, like doing literally ring around the rosy on the court and literally just guarding nobody. And then Steve called a timeout immediately after what Keontae George hit that three. Literally let him have an earful with it.
He been doing that. He been making those same mistakes, leaving the 3-point shooter open.
Phoenix lost tonight.
All right, okay. So the Rockets beat him.
Yep. And the Timberwolves are in an OT with the Kings right now, tied 1-1.
Are you serious? Why are they in OT with the fucking Kings?
So Phoenix is like a game and a half, bro. Like, okay, so the Timberwolves are a game and a half ahead of us.
Yep.
Bro, I'm telling you, like right now is the time, bro. Like the next
You
2
just have to
weeks
play
are,
better than the Spurs, the T-Wolves, and the Suns. That's perfectly
bro.
doable. And Wemby's out right now. Wemby's out with a calf strain.
Yeah, so it's not. I mean, it's not like impossible. You know what I'm saying? But I think, bro, I think we need to go another route, bro. I'm telling y'all, like we have to do this because that traffic cop shit, the traffic cop shit last year is literally why we fell in the hole, bro. Because the turnovers went dumb last year, bro. Right? So I have this on my notes. Let me see if I still have it on my notes because this is something that I saved last year and it drove me insane, right? So let me pull this up. So before the trade, right? All right, before the slump, I should say, we were better than league average by +2, right? So whatever, I think league average last year was like 114 points, right? We were like 116 offense last year, right? So we were +2 better than league. On defense, we were +7, meaning that we were +7 better than league. You see, after they switched up the offense, and I went back and I looked at the games and I was thinking about when the offense switched up. You see, after that, bro, our offense was a -2. The defense, -7. Okay. So, after that, I was like, all right, cool. If we can make a run and we get to like say +1 or a +4, right? So +1 on offense, meaning that +1 better than league average, right? So say league average is a 115. I was saying that we just need to be like a 116 offense. Okay. The defense, I was like, we need to play defense, we need to play crazy defense. We were like a +4, meaning that we were 4 points better than league average, right? You see when Jimmy Butler got here, bro? When Jimmy Butler got here, when we were playing through Jimmy Butler, we were a +5 on offense, right? That is good for damn near the best offense in the league, okay? The defense, +8, right? So we weren't playing that traffic cop bullshit no more. This season, we're doing the traffic cop nonsense. So +8 on defense. I mean, we gotta do so. It's either we stop running that traffic cop nonsense, or he goes to the bench. It's like there's no other way, bro. But we cannot keep on running that traffic cop shit. I don't care what none of y'all say, bro. None of y'all. So we need to go to where we're back at the +5, but the +8 on defense would be great because none of these teams are playing defense right now. The first team to defense is going to win. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. So we got to figure something else out. I'm telling y'all, man. I know what I was watching tonight. We got to figure something else out. We cannot run that traffic cop bullshit. You have OKC over there literally beating the dog shit out of teams. And, we have to find a way to compete with that.
They're just beating the dog shit out of everybody without their second best player. It's completely insane.
Come on, bro. Yeah. It's diabolical what's happening right now. And Denver and bro, you got the bum ass Lakers, bro. The Lakers are not even that good, bro. I'm telling y'all. They
Even
can't
Denver
guard.
is a little bit flawed. Like, unfortunately, Aaron Gordon is out now too with another hammy injury.
Yeah.
The Rockets don't have a point guard. Like, that's still one of their major flaws. Like, they're big, but that's still a major weak point.